don't be afraid to like be adventurous and to start doing something, because I don't have all the answers. I'm sure you don't have all the answers, and we're all learning as we go. Like, even if you don't know what you're doing, the fact is that just try and attempt, because you will learn everything you need to know on the way. So just follow it, follow your heart, follow your dreams, follow your intuition, and realize that yes, we're in it to make money at the end of the day, but you're doing a service for people, or whatever your business may be. Like, you're doing it for people. You're giving people something for them to make money. You got to give them the best quality of what you have to offer, and really care about what you're offering people, because that care, that passion, that love, that's what will separate you from the other person doing business just solely to make money. Sometimes you have to do stuff for free, and it's not even just the fact that you're getting paid, it's the experience that you're gaining from it, and that experience is what's going to in turn make you those millions of dollars, if that's what you strive to have.
All right, good morning, Savannah. Welcome to the Savannah Business Showcase. I'm Taraz, your host, and I'm here this morning with a very special guest, Clay Hodges, the local artist, local rapper, hip hop artist, owner or co-founder of DOE. Donation Records. DOE stands for Dreamers of Enlightenment. Some say it stands for Demeanor of Excellence. So we'll find out the real meaning here in a second. But so Donation Records, DOE Nation Records. You can find them at Instagram and Twitter. And before I let you introduce yourself, so it's a way I like to start the show now, a little bit newer. Mm-hmm. I know you listened to my early interviews, but so I've switched it up. So here's the scenario. All right, you're in your neighborhood, walking around your neighborhood. A little kid comes up to you and says, "Clay, you're my hero. How can I be like you when I grow up?" So in the language that like a 10 or 12-year-old can understand, what does it take to be Clay Hodges?
What does it take? First, I would tell them to be better than me. Be better than me. And what does it take to be Clay Hodges? It takes passion, hard work, determination, and faith. And I tell them that they got to figure out their passion and stick to it. And they got to put a lot of time, effort, and prayer into their passion and their craft, and figure out a way to make money from it, whatever it is. Be it video games, painting, designing clothes, whatever it may be. Figure out a way to capitalize on it, and if you can, to have your own. But in a way, that might be a little too complex for a 10-year-old, but
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. But I definitely tell them that they got to follow their passions first and foremost, above everything else.
So, like, how do you find your passion?
Your passion is usually linked to what you care about most. So some people don't even recognize their passion. Like, just to give you an example, as I said, video games. Some people play video games all day, every day, not even realizing that the potential of them making a lot of money in that industry. Mm-hmm. And I've known and had conversations with people that be like, "Oh, my little brother, all he do is play games and this and that. He ain't gonna never be nothing, do nothing with his life." And I'm like, I mean, little bro, it's a lot of money in that industry. Mm-hmm. Now, instead of like bashing him, you should like encourage him to pursue that passion, in a logical way, in a way that makes sense. And he can go to school for that even. It's just like, you know what, I never thought about that. And he does like be drawing different characters and stuff like that. I see that's even better. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like whatever you care about the most or a lot, it's probably your passion. It's probably something you need to try to figure out how to make money in. That's what my entrepreneur teacher told me back at Savannah Tech. It's like, you are most successful at creating a business about something you care about. And not even just him, even like listening to Jay-Z and Warren Buffett. Like, you are more successful at creating a business at something you are passionate about, because it's like learning about it is like easy. It's fun to you because you care about it. And I mean, that's just it, man. You find your passion with something you care about. You just got to pay attention to yourself, really.
Yeah, that's real. Okay, so take a second, introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, my name is Clay Hodges, man. Born and raised in Savannah, Georgia, and I'm happy to be here, man.
All right, so you're thinking about leaving this though, man. You're from Savannah, but you're thinking about leaving Savannah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about leaving. Like I was telling you, I felt like it was time for me to branch out into a bigger market. The bigger pond is just try to test my fins out to see if I can swim as good as I think I can. And That inspiration came from my mom because I was frustrated because I felt like I was doing everything I can do in Savannah, and it was just like I was just hitting this ceiling. I was just hitting the ceiling, and my mom was like, "Well, you need to leave." Mm-hmm. And I took her advice. I started applying for schools in New York and LA, and I got accepted into a good bit of them.
Oh, nice.
So so now I'm at the point now where I'm just saving up money, getting myself together to leave, and Lord willing, I'll be going in January.
Okay, what schools?
The one in New York is called AMDA. It's American Musical and Dramatics Academy, and that school is really dope because they teach you the artistic side and the business side of the entertainment business. Like their math classes aren't just like regular core classes you would have in college. They teach you how to manage your finances when you start getting them, them checks. Mm-hmm. And the other school that I'm looking at is in California. Out in LA, it's called Columbia College Hollywood.
Okay.
And that's a film school. I'm not gonna say it's a film school. One of their the best programs they have at that school is their film program. And at that program, they also teach you the same thing. It's not as intense as AMDA may be from, me reading up on it, but it's definitely intense, and they definitely give you a lot of good knowledge from, you know, what you're paying for.
Yeah. Well, that's what's up, man. I mean, it's good to know that you're investing in yourself, you know what I'm saying, because that's something that's going to help you grow a lot faster just by investing in yourself. That's something I've been battling with lately. To like do I take a course? Do I go back to school for business school, or do I just like hire a trainer or a mentor or something like that? So investing in yourself is definitely key.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. It definitely is.
Okay. So what was the next question? So why not SCAD? You're right here anyway. Why not SCAD?
Why not SCAD? Man, it's the area, man. I want a bigger pond.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
And plus, I mean, no disrespect to SCAD, man. I'm cool with a lot of the students from there, and just off of stuff they told me and what I've looked up from, their curriculum, I feel like the schools that I'm looking at now would be a better fit for me.
Got you. Okay. Why? Nothing in Atlanta?
Nah, not in Atlanta because Atlanta is cool, man. There's definitely a lot of resources out there too, but like I'm a big energy person. Like the energy has to feel right. Like when I went up to New York and I go out to LA, I feel inspired. Like I just feel like I can do anything. But when I'm in like Atlanta, I feel the same way I feel when I'm in Savannah. So yeah, I'm more so following energy, man. Intuition right now.
I can understand that, man. Go where your heart leads you. Yeah. Okay. So do you call yourself a rapper or a hip hop artist? What do you call yourself?
I call myself a musician, an artist. Just mostly an artist, man.
Okay.
Because my art is just more than music. Because I recently figured out I can act.
Okay.
And I recently figured out that I can write commercials, I can write jingles and all of that. And I never explored that until I started acting. And, my acting coaches was like just, giving me different ideas about different outlets, and I was just trying them. Like we'll do exercise, like you just create a commercial, and I write some pretty good commercials. I'm like I could really do this, And then when it comes to jingles, my girl, she has this little podcast that she does.
Okay.
And I was like, shout out to the Fro Goddess, by the way, but she has a little podcast, and I was like, you want to make you a song? Just some humbug stuff. So I made a little jingle, and it was cool, and people liked it a lot. So I was like, you know what? I could do that too. Okay. So I'm just expanding, man. I'm an artist, man. Yeah. So wherever my art leads me, I'm just gonna explore it.
That's what's up. You're the so you're the first musician I had on here. So I would definitely want to talk about the production company.
Okay.
What was so I listened to some of your records, some of your tracks. The main ones you got on YouTube. I think it's like Savannah Weather, and there's a couple other ones on there. Like we did it's one that talks a little bit more about religion. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh yeah, Note to Higher Self.
Note to Higher Self. Yeah. So anyway, I listened to those, and I want to know who like your influences are in rap and hip hop. But I'm gonna tell you what I got from it first, and I'll let you tell me if I'm wrong or not.
All right.
All right. So I heard like some Outkast in there.
Yeah.
Like early Outkast. Yeah. Quimini style Outkast. I heard some early Kanye in there.
Yeah.
And some like Sci-Hi the Prince. I like him a lot too. I don't know if you heard him.
I bubble with Sci-Hi.
Yeah. So so I'm not super wrong.
Yeah, you're not super wrong, man. You definitely hit the mark.
Okay.
But my major influences like Outkast, specifically Andre 3000. Like his style, how bold he is, how fearless he is, how creative he is. Yes, his big inspiration for me, Jay-Z, for one, because like, yes, he has that commercial success, and he markets himself like none other, and his business sense is like phenomenal. Like, he is really big on having your own and controlling your art, and I believe in those same principles. And what's some more people? Tupac, of course, how genuine he is and how much he cares for the people. Bob Marley as well.
Okay.
Yeah, those are like my major music influences.
Okay. I can see that. I can hear that now. Like I said, I don't listen to a few tracks, but I'm gonna have to like get your. I'm gonna have to get like one of your albums or something. Just check it out. Listen to the whole thing.
Man. I got you. Man.
All right, cool, man. So tell me a little bit about the production company you just started.
Yeah, the production company, Donation Records. So me and my producer, me and him, we met in high school, and we've been making music since then. I'm 24 years old now. We was like 17, 18 then. And we just bubbled. And one day, like in 2012, we was riding up to Atlanta, and we was just like, man, we need to have our own, man. What we gonna call it? It was like Donation. And it just clicked. So we was like, yeah. And then it was like, okay, yeah, our motto's gonna be no handouts, man, because we gonna get it, man. We gonna have our own Donation, and then we also gonna help people. Donation. So it's like a flip both ways. So then it was like, yeah, we gonna roll with that. And then we was like, but we can make it be an acronym. We can go a step further. And I was like, Dreamers of Enlightenment. He said, yeah, I like that. Yeah. He said, but I like the meaning of excellence. And I said, that's cool too. And I said, how about this, bro? It can mean whatever people want it to be, just as long as it's positive. And we just agreed on that. So we've been like doing stuff under that name, but we didn't legitimize it until earlier this year. So that's just a little background history of it, man. We have a couple artists on our belts. We do concerts. And like I was telling you, we want to get into like doing jingles and movie scores and whatnot. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But we are mostly focusing on music right now.
That's what's up. How many? You said you got a couple artists.
Yeah.
Do they just do hip hop too, or is it something else?
Nah, we got mostly hip hop, but we just recently start working with an R&B singer.
Okay.
Yeah, she got a pretty dope record out right now, man. Nice. It's called Eye Contact.
So what's your goal? So you go to school in New York, you go to school in California. Like, what's your goal from there? What's your goal to get from the education?
My goal to get from education is get a deeper understanding of, the fields that I want to be working in, and to be able to, like, not only just have my own, but to be able to help other artists out there and be fair to them. And I want to be as big as, the Lord will allow me to be. I want to, man, my idols are like Jay-Z and Bob Marley. So, like, that's what I strive to surpass that. And, my goal is to surpass that. But, like, short term, realistically, to go out there, make some good contacts and network, get my foot in some doors. So, I can bust it wide open and, let other people come on in.
Yeah. That's what's up. But you said you made some major accomplishments here, man. You said you like did concerts and been in the newspaper. Yeah, man. I performed at the Civic Center a couple times at the Black Heritage Festival. I performed at Forsyth Park a couple of times. I performed at the A-Town Get Down Music Festival that they have down here, and I made front page of the newspaper one day when I was performing at this community event, and they caught me. Snap. And then I was like, okay, cool, they taking pictures, whatever. Next thing I know, somebody hit me up like, boy, you on the front page. And I was like, mama, we made it. I'm on the front page of my newspaper for something good, Yeah. And I also been featured in the Connect Savannah about a couple times, about 2 or 3 times. Okay. And they recently had me in the paper that they have out now. I'm in it because they was talking about my concert and the events that I'm throwing to raise money for my tuition for school. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What type of events are you throwing?
Like I just threw a concert. I'm doing a fundraiser this month and a concert. So it's gonna be concert fundraiser like that until January. So okay. Trying to get it, man.
That's what's up,
man.
To get it. Yeah, I like that. Another thing you said too, man, was like the idea y'all had was no handouts.
Yeah, no handouts.
And, man, I like that so much, man, because you really got to grind. Like
you do,
especially being. especially being black. You know what I'm saying?
You do, yeah.
You got to grind a little harder than anybody else.
You definitely
From
do.
the South. And it's something like Southerners. I feel like Southerners have more grind than anybody else, man.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we do, too. And I think it's because, like, I'm not going to say we don't have any opportunities, but we don't have as many as other places. So it's like we getting it out the mud. Literally, we trying to make it any way we can. We're creating our own opportunities. And it's like, I remember it's like a J. Cole line. It's another big artist I like to listen to. You familiar with J. Cole?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. J. Cole
I
was
told
like,
her from North Carolina.
True. So you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole was like, man, when he was talking about going up to New York, he was like, little do y'all know I came up here to take advantage of the stuff y'all take for granted. It's like, that's why I feel like we got that grind. We got that grind.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. I'm telling you, man, because so you might see a fish fry. I just out of nowhere, somebody just open up their trunk, man, making money that way.
Straight up, yeah, just like that, yeah.
I mean, it's a grind down here that can't really compare. I mean, people say, and I got a buddy. I'm gonna send him this interview because he's in New York. He's always talking about how great New York is, like most New Yorkers.
Yeah,
that's the most annoying part about being in New York. They think it's the best, right? He's always talking about how great New York is, and how number one, how they're number one in everything. And if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But that's not the case. I feel like it's easier to make it in big cities than it is in small cities.
It definitely is, man. It's definitely way easier.
Yeah,
man. For me, like grinding, having to create my own opportunities, going to these big cities, to me it's like a sweet lick now.
Right.
It's like, okay, I see exactly what I need to do.
Right.
I see exactly. And to be honest, I don't understand how people, like, especially like artists, don't like really make it in those big cities when you have record labels down the street.
Right down the street.
I was on Indeed.com looking up like jobs. You can get a job interning for a record label.
Right.
Like in your city.
Right.
Like we don't have that.
No.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
Like we have a couple studios here and there, but a legit record label, it's like.
Yeah. Just go work for free for a little bit, even if you got to. You can always grind to do something else to make money on the side, but you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like working for free, like I'm doing this station for free and it's helping me in so many other ways. Yeah. But like just that you got to get there somehow.
Exactly.
Some people ain't willing to put that work in. They're
not. And it's like I read in Rich Dad Poor Dad. Sometimes you have to do stuff for free, and it's not even just the fact that you're getting paid. It's the experience that you're gaining from it, and that experience is what's going to in turn make you those millions of dollars if that's what you strive to have.
Experience and the network.
Exactly, and the network.
The network is key. Network is key.
So I ain't playing, boy. I'm trying to get anywhere I can. Internships, whatever. You feel me?
Right.
I'm in there.
Right. Yeah. Without a doubt, it's all who you know, man. That's cool, man. So I definitely wish you the best of luck. What So you got concerts and fundraisers here. Then you're looking to pill out in January. Which one are you leaning more towards, Cali or New York?
LA, most
LA?
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, because the one in New York, their tuition is $50,000 a year. My financial aid and my scholarships that I got, they only cover about half of that. So that's what initially got me into raising money. So I was like, okay, we try to get some money up. And I can't take out a loan right now because I'm fixing my credit, whatever. And what I'm saying, but cosign is hard to come by.
Yeah. So
I was like, I'm gonna grind for it. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
So I was doing it like that, and then I was like. Just in case, let me try to find something else. So I started looking out in LA, and then I found some good schools, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna see what's up. So those schools over there are like a lot more affordable. Like the one, I got accepted into 2 of them so far, and one of them that I'm leaning more towards is like $10,000 a year. So that's like way more affordable.
Right.
My tuition and my scholarships cover that. I just got to worry about where I'm gonna stay at. So
Right. And that's gonna be like 50,000 just find a place to stay.
Hey, believe it or not, there's some affordable spots out there.
Really?
I'm not sure what area they in, but I was looking. I found one as low as $500 a month.
Okay.
So 500, 800. That's like my budget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that might be a broom closet in the back of somebody's crib, man.
Man, I don't need much space, bro. I'll be good on the couch, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at that. I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. Okay. That's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like even if your credit was like 900 or 1,000, you know what I'm saying, you still wouldn't want to take that loan out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So loan. I mean, the the loans are like killing me right now for my education when I went to school. So it's not even worth it. Get a part-time job and work some.
Yeah.
And go to school and pay for it while you can. Yeah. Anyway, cool, man. What else? So you said you got into jingles.
Mm-hmm.
You got into writing scores. Like, how does you get into acting?
Okay, so like my cousin out in California always told me like, yeah, you're pretty good with the music, but I think you should get into acting as well.
Okay.
Because he was like, at the end of the day, you're an entertainer and you are in the entertainment business. So whether that's acting or music, you are entertaining people. And he said, if you want to be a full-rounded artist, you should definitely explore different avenues. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, I ain't really like acted on it, but he definitely planted that seed. Mm-hmm. So then like last year around like October, I was just like, you know what, let me just try it, you know. So I tried to figure out who I need to get in touch with, and I ended up getting, you know, in contact with this lady named Marty Sue, and she does a lot of extra work for a lot of the films and TV shows that come to Savannah. Mm-hmm. So I ended up doing some extra work for the underground. And while I was doing it, I was just inspired, like being around those talented actors and just seeing that delivery time after time after time after again. Like the lady who I forgot her name, who played Harriet Tubman in the show. Mm-hmm. I was in the scene where she was like giving her speech to a church, and she was just telling us her story. But her delivery as an actor was on point. Like she cries on cue every single time, mm-hmm. and it was just so heartfelt. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Dang, bro, like that's what's up, man." Yeah. And I was like, I can do this, man. I'm on set, like a professional set now. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm on set with these people, and it's like, I could see myself doing this too. Yeah. So I started figuring out, okay, so what do I need to do? And then I see a lot of actors have representation. So I reached out to Halo Talent Agency, and you know, I end up doing some stuff with them. They end up signing me to them, and they took me to New York. It was my first time out there to audition in front of some bigger agents that they are affiliated with. Okay. And like that inspired me even more. And I got some pretty good feedback from them. I got a call back from a couple of them. And, you know, it let me know that, you know, I could have potential to do this as well. Mm-hmm. So from there, you know, I made my mind up like, I'm an artist, man. I'm going to do art. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how I really got into it.
That's awesome.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that said, okay, so let's jump back into business real quick, as much as we can. So you said you started your company. Like, how did you decide to start it up? Did you get a mentor? Did you get for your business or what?
All right, so I definitely do have a mentor, but I didn't go through him, which I probably should have, because you know he would have put me up on game. But yeah. I reached out to one of my homegirls. She's an artist as well, and she had her own label situation which she created. And I was like, you know, I'm interested in legitimizing donation. Like, what do I have to do? So she sent me a couple sites to look up and gave me some steps to take. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I just followed the steps that she gave me, done a little research on my own, and, you know, from there, I just legitimized it, and bam, there we have it.
So what kind of structure did you do? Like either LLC,
corporation? Yep, LLC, okay. LLC, my bad, yeah.
Okay, you good?
Yeah, LLC,
Okay, nice. All right, that's pretty cool, man. I like that a lot. It definitely does legitimize it. I mean, and something else I realize is that it's a lot easier to start a business than it is to like put out 100 job applications, you know?
Yeah,
like, I'm sure you realize it's not even that hard.
It wasn't that hard. Yeah. And at first I thought it was, but I knew it wasn't, because like sites like LegalZoom that make it easier. Yeah. But I figured, dang, it's so expensive, like $700 to do all of this. She's like, no, if you do it yourself, it's way cheaper. Yeah. So I went through the process and did it myself, and I probably spent like $200-$300, if that. Yeah. You know, and so I was like, you know, it's straight. And it was definitely easy. You fill this out, fill that out, put your card information there, and bam.
That's it.
There you have it.
A week or two, you got it back.
you got your stuff. You got your letter.
So why LLC instead of like a corporation or partnership or sole proprietorship? Why did you choose LLC?
All right, because for one, I'm just getting into the business, so I don't really like necessarily feel that comfortable or familiar with those other territories. And what I was looking at, LLC seemed to be like the most basic and that I could comprehend and understand how to run. So I was like, I'm just gonna stick to this until I learn how to do everything else. And when I get a better understanding, maybe I branch out and change it to a corporation or whatever else. But yeah, I wasn't trying to like just jump in the water, uncharted waters that I'm not familiar with, which ain't nothing wrong with, because we all, like we were saying earlier, we learning as we go. But I didn't want to mess myself up.
For no reason. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, LLC is definitely the most the easiest to start with, because it's basically just more protection for you. Yeah. But everything, you still get all the money for the most part in the end. The biggest thing with like corporation, as far from what I can tell, is that it's just more like taxing. Like you'll definitely have to have an accountant or a CPA or something. And then like certain requirements you have to have with a corporation, where you meet with like the rest of the team, or like meet with yourself, or however many people once a year or twice a year or something like that.
Yeah, and I read that and I was like, well, I don't know about all of that.
Yeah, it's probably not that hard, but yeah, I haven't done it yet either. I'm in the same boat as you. Got you. All right. So next question then. So like, what is from a business perspective, like what's your biggest expense?
Okay, my biggest expense is probably like renting out venue spaces and getting like CDs and stuff made. That's like the biggest expense right now. Okay. Especially like getting CDs made, but but it's always cool because it always balances out in the end, especially CDs. Like you're going to sell your CDs, but when it comes to getting venue spaces for events, like there's always a chance that you might not make your money back. Gotcha. But the way we like market and promote, we usually like do though. So that's like probably our biggest expense right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to think from the mindset of like a young artist who's trying to get into the industry, and like just trying to think about what expenses I'm gonna have, other ways I can make money outside of just performing. Oh yeah, but as a young artist coming into it, you definitely gonna have to think about studio time. And my biggest advice to anyone with that is like, get your own studio. Okay. Like off rip, straight up, get your own studio. No matter if it's just a microphone, a little interface in your laptop. Get your own, because like then you're working on your time, and you can also make money by recording other people. And quality is always good. You can play with programs to learn how to mix, but if you don't get it or you don't feel comfortable with your mixes, you can always send it off. That's what I do. Okay. Record myself and send it out to my friends who know what they're doing. Gotcha. Okay, that makes a lot of sense then. How much is studio time on average? How much on studio time depends on the studio. Like professional studios like Savannah and even in Atlanta and in Miami, it's like, they range from anywhere from like $50 to $80 to $100 an hour. Okay. Yeah, they're really affordable though. They're not that much. But that's why I say get your own. So you ain't gotta pay no $50 an hour. Right. You could charge people $50 an hour. Well, maybe not, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, because the mics we use, and so I pre-record most of my shows, and these mics only cost about $70. You know what I'm saying? The laptop I bought years ago, it's still ticking. Yeah, my little interface. Okay, so a few $100s, and you can have your own studio. Yeah. Okay, so some of the expenses, you got studio time, you got renting out venue space, and you got getting CD production. Yeah. All right, so what are some of the other ways you can make money? Definitely by selling your music. Definitely by like I said, putting on events. That's how we make our money. It's like our biggest breadwinner right now. Okay. You can make money by like I say, recording other people, by doing features, branching off, doing like songs for like local businesses. It's a good way to make money. Like Meezy, he does stuff with the car dealerships. Okay. Okay. What else? Like, so when you're doing your jingles and stuff, are you like working through when I think of jingles, I think of JB Fox. You remember that was his job on JB Fox. Yeah. I do remember that. Anyway, yeah. So when I think of jingles, that's what I think of. So like, are you working with a company to do jingles, or you just contact these businesses on your own? You can do it either way. Okay. Like sometimes, what are you doing? Like, I haven't reached out to a company yet. Okay. Like I said, the first time and only time I have reached out.
Okay.
But we still talking. But when I did my jingle, it was for a friend, you know. So and I was like, okay, I can do this. We can do this. But I see like after that, I reached out to like some of my friends who own businesses that I knew, and I was like, hey, you want a jingle? She's like, yeah, I like what you did for Singer. And I was like, okay, cool. How do you want it? Like, what do you envision? And she was like, okay, I want it like this. I want it to appeal to this type of crowd. Like, she's like, I don't want it to be so urban. I want it to be appealing to, like, you know, everyone. So that puts me in the mindset, okay, so I don't want to, like, rap on no trap beat or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So definitely want to use instruments, and definitely want to, you know, make it catchy. Probably have, you know, some singing, a catchy melody with it. And you know, I asked her like, what do you want me to highlight in it? What you want me to talk about? And she was like, you know, just talk about the shop, talk about this, and we do this and we do that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So that's essentially what you do. Like, it's better to reach out to the company, you know, have a sit down and get their ideas and what their vision or what they want to put out in their market, so you can like take that information and give them what they want. Or, you know, another way you can do it, if you just make something and you pitch it, hey, I have an idea for a jingle for you, tell me what you think, we can tweak it if you want to. And, you know, they'll listen to it and be like, you know what, that sounds kind of cool, but can you add this and can you add that? I thought about something else. I did another jingle before that. I did one for DJ Prince when he was working for E93.
Okay.
Yeah, I did one for him. He never used it, but I did do one for him. I did do one for him for his show. Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay. All right. One more question we're gonna get out of here. It's not about business, but I saw your a YouTube video and you had a live band with you.
Oh yeah.
You're like, do you always do a live band? Because I think that's cool, man.
Yeah, as much as I can.
As much as you can.
Yeah, as much as I can. We did one last Friday. We had one and they were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. But yeah, I definitely love to work with live bands because of like the vibrations those instruments hold. You know, it's a lot different than just performing on the track. Like, that's energy, you know what I'm saying? And my main thing when performing is I want to recharge people. I want to make them feel good, and I know that it's easier for people to connect when they hear those live instruments playing, and so it just opens them up, and then my words just plant the seeds on them. So I definitely love to work with it. It definitely takes the performing experience to another level when you with a band. Yes, I agree. Love it. I love 100%.
It. Yeah, I was all my life I've been in bands and I miss it now. I was
Word?
Yeah, I played the tuba in college. Yeah, and I played sax.
Yeah,
sax in high school and elementary, all that good stuff. So I miss it. Even in church, you know, in church I played, you know, drums and we had a little brass band, so I played in the brass band and all that good stuff. Yeah, even my wife played a clarinet. So
no, for real?
Yeah, like. Yeah, she wasn't that good, but we were, you know what I'm saying? We were musicians.
She wasn't that good, but, you know, we're musicians.
I only say that because she's not going to listen to this. But yeah, man, that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back in just a second with the lightning round.
Okay.
You ready for that?
I'm ready, man.
All right, bet. All right, thank you guys for listening. We'll be right back in just a second with more from Clay Hodges of Donation Records. DOE stands for Dreamers of Enlightenment. You can find them at Donation MGMT at Instagram and Twitter. We'll be right back in a minute. All right, and we're back. Clay Hodges, local Savannah artist, doing great things, doing big things here. Donation Records, and you can find him once again at Donation MGMT on Instagram and Twitter. And right now we're gonna put him through the lightning round. Lightning round is a short little segment. Or I guess it's not super short, but a segment where you can answer questions as long or as short as you want to. Just a bunch of random questions I put together. Okay. So it should be fun. All right, so are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
All right. What did you want to be as a kid, and how does that relate to your current business?
I wanted to be a singer, and it definitely relates to my current business because it's music at the end of the day, and I'm doing music, man. Yeah. I'm doing music.
How have you approached failure in life?
I take failure as a lesson, man. It always teaches me what not to do and how to do certain things better.
Who influenced you early in life, and who's your mentor now?
All right, who influenced me early in life? Oh, man. NSYNC. You remember the band NSYNC?
Yeah.
NSYNC influenced me a lot, man.
Really? Okay.
I wanted to be a singer, man. I used to sing all these songs at the bus stop. I did, bro. I used to sing to the girls, and they was like, "Oh, you can sing, Clay." You know, that's what saved me a little bit, because I wasn't really that popular, but that's what saved me a little bit. You know, me being able to sing them NSYNC songs, and they didn't know, and they said, "What's that song?" I said, "NSYNC, man. You don't know, man."
Yeah, NSYNC saved you.
All right. And my mentor, I got a couple mentors, a lot of mentors really, but some just off the cuff. My homeboy Courtney Liddell was my first engineer. That's the first person I worked with in a professional studio setting. He definitely told me my potential as an artist to be able to connect with people, because you know it was a time I was just making stuff everybody else was making, and then I'll sprinkle a little bit of me in it, and he was like, you know what, you're really good at talking about how you feel and about life. I think you should really stick to that and move people with your words. So like he definitely put that battery in my back with that, and I still stay in contact with him now. And another one of my mentors, Mike Robb, he taught me the importance of networking and getting to know people. My DJ, he's a really big mentor to me right now and a big influence. DJ Protocol, his business sense. He owns a demolition company. You should link with him too.
Okay.
Like he has a lot to say.
Okay.
His passion for the people, like. He's so blunt and honest, and like he always got my back and always, telling me, what he feel is right. No matter if I'm in the wrong, he gonna point me out and tell me what's up. Just some people, of course my parents, but just off the cuff, those are, some of my role models and mentors.
Awesome. So tell me a story about a failure.
A story about a failure. Oh man, I could tell you about the one that first comes to mind, but I don't want to. I don't want to talk about that one because it's like it's real sensitive even still to now. But let me see. Okay, I won't say a failure because, like I said, I learned from it. Like at my show I just did, I had 11 artists perform, and when the show started, I left. And one of the artists that performed I told him 10 minutes. This man performed for like 40 minutes, in which like kind of like threw the show all the way back. We was already like running a little late, but it threw all the way back. And like, it was at a time where we had the height amount of people there. Yeah, that should have been the time when I was performing, but at that time we still had a lot of artists to get through. And a lot of people, don't get me wrong, a lot of people stayed for me. But like it was a handful of people that left because it took so long. Yeah. So I definitely learned that, for one, have less artists, definitely be there to monitor people in their times, or at least have someone in charge of that, and to communicate better with my host so that that wouldn't ever happen again. Yeah. So so there's another artist out there, business owner of a label. Right, they're thinking about hosting an event, just like so. Somebody's about to go through the same failure you did, right? The same experience you did. Yeah. Like, what advice do you have for them? Definitely, communication is key. Definitely, plan and preparation. Dot your I's and cross your T's. Like I called myself doing that before the concert. I did, but I didn't cross all of my T's. I didn't cross all of them. But you want to make sure you're communicating with everyone involved. Make sure you have a schedule, and make sure you stick to that schedule. That's definitely the advice I would have to tell them. Because, you don't want to be running over, because people, even though they came for you, like, they'll get tired and they'll leave. It's like, I'll just catch it when they post it online. Right. But you want them to get that experience, so you definitely got to be on point with that.
Advice for new entrepreneurs.
Advice. Don't be afraid to, like, be adventurous and to start doing something, because I don't have all the answers. I'm sure you don't have all the answers, and we're all learning as we go. Like, even if you don't know what you're doing, the fact is that just try and attempt, because you will learn everything you need to know on the way. So just follow it. Follow your heart, follow your dreams, follow your intuition, and realize that, yes, we're in it to make money at the end of the day, but you're doing a service for people, or whatever your business may be. Like, you're doing it for people. You're giving people something for them to make money. You got to give them the best quality of what you have to offer, and really care about what you're offering people, because that care, that passion, that love, that's what will separate you from the other person doing business just solely to make money. So definitely care about what you're doing, and definitely like take pride in giving people the best quality possible that you can.
How did you earn your first money?
My first money?
Yeah.
Oh, my first rap check. I remember I framed it and everything too, man. I connected with this organization called Unity in the Community.
Okay.
It was around the time, like, I ain't gonna say around the time, but I met my DJ. I just met him at an event I did at Savannah State, and from there we formed a relationship and got cool. Like, even on a personal level, and it's like, yo, if you got clean music, I can have you perform on River Street with this organization.
Okay.
That I'm in charge of their sound or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. Took him up on it, started performing with them, built a relationship with the organization, got really cool with the president and the vice president of it, and they had an event where they were talking about the sex trafficking that was going on in Savannah, that a lot of people didn't know was going on. Like, it was really big. Like, they found like a lot of women in like one of those little cargo carriers leaving the port. And they had a bus, and then they realized that sex trafficking is really big, even like with people like kidnapping little kids and, you know, doing stuff with them. Even in Pooler, in Pooler they had a bus out there too. So it was an organization like bringing awareness to the situation and telling people what they can do to be proactive to prevent it. So they had me perform at that. And I just did it like, okay, cool, you know, it's a good cause. You know, I want to bring awareness to that too. So I performed at it. Then, you know, next thing I know, they hit me up like, oh yeah, the organization that we were partnering with paid us, and we want to pay y'all. So I was like, oh shoot, y'all about to pay me? And I was like, okay. So we met at a coffee shop, and, you know, Craig Butts, he signed the check, gave it to me, you know. And I was like, oh, shoot, what was my first check I ever made from doing music? Yeah. So I was like, dang, bro, I got to frame this. I kept it in my wallet for like 3 weeks. I didn't even cash it, bro. I was like, bro, this is me right here. But I eventually cashed it, and I kept it. I had to keep it, man. Framed it. Like, that was my first time making money. It really meant a lot to me, man, because I worked so hard in music and just doing it for the love of it, just gaining experience and to get compensated for my art. It was just, it was big, man.
That's awesome. What have you had to sacrifice in order to start your business?
Time. Definitely had to sacrifice time and money, but not as much money, but most definitely time. Because it's times that, you know, it's other things I like to do that I necessarily couldn't have time to do. Like, I had to sacrifice time spent with my lady, or you know, time when I could be chilling with my parents or something like that. Just time. And I remember at one point, like when I was really like selling CDs like a lot, I had to like put myself on a schedule. And I also learned that from another one of my friends who owns a business on Donnie Slater Backyard. Like, just seeing how he operate, like, he kind of put himself on a schedule. I don't know if you know it or not, but he wake up, check his emails, do this, that, and the fourth, and it's like, dang, I need to be on that. Because me and him the same age. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? He has a content creation company. They booming. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know what? I need to link you and him too.
I might know Donnie. Yeah, I might have met him before.
Yeah, cool, dope person. But I was like, I need to start doing that too. So I started putting myself on the schedule, and like it was good. Like, but the time that I had to dedicate towards like my business, it did take away from like time I couldn't be spending with my family and friends. But I mean, they understand, they support it, so it was cool.
Yeah. Okay. What's one thing in your business that drains you of energy, and what's one thing that excites you?
One thing that drains me. Okay, one of the things that drains me is dealing with a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, I'm a people person, I love people. But sometimes I don't be feeling like that, man. You know, sometimes you just want to chill. You don't want to go to this event to go network. Right. You just want to stay in the house and watch Netflix. But, you know, you got to do that even when you're tired and, you know, working a job, because, you know, the business ain't booming to the point where I don't have to, you know, have a day job or whatever. So working a job and then, you know, having to deal with the business too, it could be a drain on you. But the thing that energizes me is that. At the same time, it energizes me because even though I might not feel like going to this event, when I go, I end up having a good time. I end up having fun. The fact that I get to perform in front of people who want to see me and, you know, give music to people who wants to listen to what I have to say, like that will energize me. When people tell me that they're affected by my art, you know, that's what energizes me, man.
Nice. what's something that you consume religiously? Could be like a blog, TV show, YouTube channel, podcast.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely YouTube. Breakfast Club, man.
Okay. Yeah.
Breakfast Club. Yeah. Big fan of them. Like, I was a fan of them early on, like before they was popping.
Mm-hmm.
And Charlamagne the God, like, I look up to him, man. I bought his book yesterday, matter of fact.
Okay.
I've been meaning to get it as soon as it came out, but so I just had a thought, like, just go get the book. When Barnes & Noble, they had it 50% off, boy. I was like, I'm in there. So I went ahead and got that. And, like, just him, what he has to say, I've been following him ever since then. And it's like, bro, like, saying ever since then, like, it was long. But I've been following him anyway, but, like, that's the stuff I consume religiously, like interviews, videos, like seeing how different artists handle themselves and seeing, like, you know, how, you know, these personalities interact, so I can be prepared for situations like this when I'm being interviewed. And also just a little law of attraction tool I do, like I watch it, visualize myself being there. It's like, okay, I'm in there with them.
Yeah.
And even like Sway, I love Sway too.
Sway is good.
Yeah, Sway is dope, man.
Sway's been in the game for a long time too.
He has, bro. OG, man. You know what I'm saying? I done did many imaginary 5 fingers of deaths with him. You know, eventually it's gonna happen, but you know, those some of the things I constantly like to do. I like to watch that, and I like to read as well.
Word. That's what's up. So you like, okay, so what's something most people don't know about you?
What some people don't know about me? Okay. What they don't know. People, I don't know, man. Oh, yeah, that, it's a little personality flaw. I'm a butthole. Like, I'm a butthole. I'm a little selfish, a little personality flaw. A lot of people may not know that because I'm so generous, and they be like, "Oh, he's so nice and that," but it's like I'm also selfish at the same time.
Yeah.
So people might not know that. That's so hard because I kind of just put myself out there.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. Like even with me being selfish, I put that out there in like music. So I don't know. I don't know what people wouldn't know.
Maybe not. That's fair enough. You're all out there. So what's your favorite book?
Oh, my favorite book. Okay. So far, it has to be Black Privilege, bro.
Okay.
I'm not even done reading it, bro. Like before Black Privilege, my favorite book was Lemony Snicket's Unfortunate Events. Like his series, I loved his series, bro. Like he's a dope author, bro. Even like, you know, how they try to translate it to a TV show, that was pretty cool too.
Yeah. I didn't like the TV show that much.
I didn't either.
I used to work at a library, so I used to read those books.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They left a lot out, you know, but then, you know, they had to compress it, I guess. But yeah, his series of his books were like my favorite. Like all of them, bro. I just enjoy it, especially like the very first one. What else I liked? The Alchemist.
Alchemist is good.
The Alchemist. Yeah, that's like one of my favorites. One of my friends let me hold it, his Alchemist book, and I was like, boy, this job. And he gave it to me at the perfect time because I needed that, man. I needed that. So I connected with that. So those was like my favorites. And then I ran across Black Privilege, and you know, the way that he hooks me, you know what I'm saying? When I read it, I'm just hooked because he's so genuine, real, and organic, and he speaks my language. You know, he doesn't have to be politically correct.
Right.
He uses profanity and all that, you know, and I just relate to what he's saying, and what he's saying makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah. So, like, I'm really feeling that book right now. I literally almost read half of that book the first day I got it. I didn't put it down.
Okay. I'm going to have to check it out.
Bro, yeah, it's really good, man.
So there's a concept called Pareto's Principle, the 80-20 rule. Basically means that 20% of your actions equate to 80% of your results. So it's like, so in your business, what are the small amount of things you do that get you the most results?
That's easy to me. The small things I do is the extra mile that I go, the effort. Like, for example, doing shows, the fact that I have lights. You know what I'm saying, at my show. Like, I hired my friend to put lights up so the presentation to be on point. And going the extra mile to have the sound sounded good. I hired another one of my friends to come down from Charleston to do the sound, to run sound. Like little stuff like that a lot of people might not overlook. Like, okay, the speaker's just good. We just need a microphone. We just gonna do it like that. Yeah. I could have just easily done that and been cool. But the fact that I went that extra mile is gonna leave a lasting impression on people, and they might not even realize it. But the fact that the lights are up and the sounds really good is gonna stay with people. Like, dang, they do some good stuff. So definitely putting that good quality and going that extra mile to give people the best quality possible, I feel like will help people out in the long run, because it'll separate you from everybody else.
Awesome. Do you feel that your business is your life's calling?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's a part of it. It definitely is. I feel like my life's calling was to help people, which is ironic enough because I'm selfish. That's one of my demons I have to like face in this life.
Yeah.
To actually live my fullest potential in my calling. Like I said, it's to help people, and the platform I chose to use to help people is through music, arts, and entertainment. So I feel like it definitely is linked to my calling.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, don't beat yourself down too much about being selfish, because you have to help yourself first before you can help anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right about that, man.
So don't. It's almost harder for people to be selfish. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, like most of the successful people in the world are just a little bit selfish, because you have to, you know, you can't help anybody else if you're not up there yourself first.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't pull anybody up
right.
unless you're already on top.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. I'll feed it to your ego, no problem. Is there a quote that has always been a mantra that you live by?
Yeah. Philippians 4:13, man. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. To me, that's big. It always stood out to me when I was young, because I always had big dreams, and I realized that any and everything is possible. Everything is possible, and you can literally do anything you put your mind to. But you definitely got to have God in the equation. You definitely got to have love in the equation. So that's really big. I live by that. Like, I live by that. That's one of my favorite quotes ever.
Yeah, I like that. Do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
All right. I'm definitely an introvert, right?
Okay.
But I had to learn how to be an extrovert because I want to be successful in this business. So I made myself like start talking to people and, conversing with people and whatnot. But, me doing that, I realized it's not that bad. But it's just naturally, I'd rather be to myself and stay to myself and not talk to people. But, like I said, I had to talk to people. You have to talk to people. You have to network, especially in entertainment. Well, any business, really, you got to talk to people.
Every business.
Yeah, exactly.
Without a doubt. Okay, couple more.
Okay.
If you had a superpower or ability, what would you choose and why?
Teleportation, bro. I would teleport, bro.
Yeah.
That's easy. I would never be late anywhere. Never have to worry about parking. Boy, like, I want to go to Cali. Yeah, I'm there. Yeah. I want to go to the islands. I'm there. Like, it don't matter, bro. Teleportation, off real.
Okay. I feel that. Okay. And last one. So, advice for entrepreneur. Do you have kids?
No, I don't.
Okay. Advice for entrepreneurial kids and their parents.
All right. For their parents, first of all, please support them. Please give them good words of encouragement. Even if you don't understand, like just try to encourage them and support them and feed life into them, breathe life into them. Notice their passions. Even if, they're not into entrepreneurship and the parents are, realize their passions from an early age and breathe that life into them. Like, hey, you should make a business about that. You should make a business with this, instead of condemning them on things that they like just because you don't understand it or you feel like it's a waste of time. Just know this a way to make money from any and everything. You just got to figure out a creative way to do it. And for the youngins, like, man, follow your dreams, man. Definitely study, definitely read, definitely at least have a basic understanding of a certain field before you jump into the water. You know what I'm saying? You got to just make sure, you got to be aware of the sharks and the deep spots before you jump in. And, it's okay if you don't know how to swim right now, as long as you can float. And you can float naturally.
Yeah. And
from the point of you floating, you can learn how to swim. So don't be afraid. but definitely also research and learn before you jump in that water, and definitely just do it, man. And don't listen to the naysayers, because people have insecurities within themselves, and they try to project that on you when they see that you trying to go for something. So don't take that to heart. You know what I'm saying? Listen to people, take their, be open to what they're saying, but at the end of the day, always have your mind made up of what you want to do, and just do it. Don't let nothing stop you.
Right. Oh, man, that's real, man. I like that. Great last words. Real, very real. I like that. I take it to heart myself. So, thank you, Clay, for being on the show.
Thank you,
we're gonna round it off. How can people find you and get in touch with you?
Yes, you've been plugging the donation page all day. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to find me directly, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at ClayDoe912. It's CLAYDOE 912, and also on Facebook at Clay Hodges, man. Just find me up on Clay. Add me as a friend, man. Converse or whatever.
Awesome.
Let's break bread together, man. Let's do business together. I got a jingle for you. If you a business owner and you need something, I'm your guy.
There you go. I might need a jingle. I'm gonna have to get you to make a jingle for the show,
I'm
man.
I'm your guy.
All right, awesome. All right, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for joining me and Clay today on the episode of Savannah Business Showcase. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you go out there and do something impactful in the world. Things get hard sometimes. It's been a hard week for me, but you just got to keep pushing through. Like, as long as you're in the arena, as long as you're the man in the arena, you're gonna even if you die, you'll die amongst fighters, and you'll die amongst the people out there fighting beside you, and life will be a lot better. You know what I'm saying? You can die happy. So thank you guys for joining us. That was kind of a depressing way to end. Like, go out there and do something impactful. Be happy. I love you guys. I'm happy. All right, peace out.